Say, man, what's going on? It's the Hood CNN with your favorite Hood reporter, the Prime Minister of Hood Education, Dr. Monroe. Because I got a PhD in common sense, and I'm a five-star general. I want to welcome you to another episode of the Hood CNN. It took me a minute to get to it
Say, man, what's
tonight,
going on?
and I've been trying to digest some of the stuff that's been going on. I saw the video of a young man, Roderick, up in Georgia, that was beaten unmercifully um, by the cops on a traffic stop. I'm still in Lafayette watching these people play with the Trayford Pellerin murder. We constantly are watching Breonna Taylor's situation, and there's no movement. You looking at, oh man, who else? Breonna Taylor. You're looking, it's just so many damn cases that's running right now that it's amazing. And people have been in my inbox wanting me to comment. I'm still in Lafayette. I think I'll fly out to Atlanta Friday. Got a bunch of fam in Atlanta. Just some good people up there that's screaming for me to come. I don't know what I can do. I just know I got a skill set that's different than a lot of people. But what I come to talk to you about tonight is these police shootings, these police assaults, and why they won't stop. I think that you have prayed to your Jesus picture long enough. I think that you've used every scripture that you could use to try to say that God is coming and He's gonna take care of it. I went through the Bible, and I've done it several times, and I'm still trying to locate the scripture, especially you Christians out there that like to justify police shootings and beatings. And I'm still looking for the scripture that says, "Thou shalt beat the hell out of black people for 400 years." Now, if you know where is that, what chapter or verse, then kind of let me know because I've not been able to find it yet, and I'm still looking for it. No matter where you at, small little country town or big city, this stuff won't stop. And it won't stop because we've done nothing to make it stop. Now, you may say, well, we've marched, we've protested, we've looted, we've robbed, whatever. That's not the same playbook. And you continuously protest, and let's start there. Every day I turn on the TV, it's a protest somewhere. But it's still happening. Every time I look up, there's a march somewhere, but it's still happening. When are you going to figure out that the stuff you're doing ain't working. Now, I'm gonna say this, and let me go back to my banners real quick, so I can make sure I can put this up here, so that you don't get a little nervous. Okay, hold on. Let me go in here and get this straight. Okay, okay, I got that. So here's the thing: we're doing the same thing, and it's finna get real. Um, you're doing the same thing, and nothing's changing. So I'm trying to figure out if we're doing the same thing and nothing is changing, then we must be doing something wrong. Now, I ain't the smartest dude in the world, but let me say that again for you. The police shootings and beatings keep happening. We keep doing the same thing, marching, protesting, looting, and ain't nothing changing. So we must be doing something wrong. Let's start right here. I'm gonna put your comment up, but I'm really not gonna entertain you tonight, brother. Please address why he was fighting and resisting. Okay, so let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna answer that. Where in America do you have to present an ID for a traffic violation when you're not driving the vehicle? So to answer your question, he had every right to resist. Fuck them people. Now, I'm not. Don't ask me no more questions. Let me finish what I'm saying, and it is what it is. Because I didn't come here to play tonight. I didn't come here to play tonight. And if you keep going with the silliness, I'm going to block you. So sit back and do what you do. I think it's yeah. I gotta bless you. See, because you're gonna play tonight. So you see what I'm doing? Pick up the phone, go on to YouTube, and I'm finna bless you, homie. Because I just told you. But see, you don't like to listen. Okay, let's go. Yeah, you're done. So here's the deal. Anybody else got some more stupid game? Because I got some stupid prizes. Right now I'm in the middle of something. So let me get back to what I was doing. So I'm trying to figure out, we keep doing the same thing and they keep doing it. Now I put the parental discretion is advised of for a reason. Because I'm finna get real, man. If you're gonna lead a protest, don't be a punk leading it. See, multiple protests without an end result, in sight, is a waste of fucking time. If you're going to lead a protest, make sure that it's impactful. See, right now we got too many punks leading the protest. See, you want the camera time. You want to be the rock star for 10 minutes. But you're taking on an issue that's affecting a lot of people. And it's too many punks And I'm not talking about your sexuality. It's too many punks leading the protests. You ain't ready for what you got to do. See, that's why you coming out with your kumbaya and you're singing and all that. But yet we keep doing the same thing, and they keep doing the same thing. Every time they do it, we go right back to the playbook and we do the same exact thing. And that's because we got too many punks leading the protest. So let me give it to you, man. I'm reading Rose Woodley's comment. Throughout this country, with what has been going on after George Floyd, it's too many weak motherfuckers leading the revolution. Stop saying we in a revolution when we got punks leading the protests. You know, Armand, you bring up Trump needs to step in and show some leadership. Man, this shit been going on before Trump got here. Look, I know y'all on the Trump shit. I ain't on Trump right now. We got too many weak motherfuckers leading the revolution. It ain't nothing wrong. Let me put your comment up. It ain't nothing wrong with a protest. You got motherfuckers weak as water leading them. You need some soldiers in the front. God is in charge. I want the scripture that say, thou shalt allow these cops to murder us for 400 years. God is in charge. You bring up God as a means to calm down black people. You bring God into the equation so we can continue to turn the other cheek. And when we turn that cheek, we got to bury another one of us. And the reason that it keeps happening, because it's too many punks leading the protests. So I'm gonna put your comment up, and then I don't want no more comments like this. Just let it go. He's on the throne. Let him lead your heart. So is he leading the heart of these motherfuckers that's killing us? Who leading their heart? Stop fucking with me with that God shit right now, man. I don't want to hear that right now, man. What I want to know is why are we so comfortable with the punks leading the protests? We march. We sing like we just dropped out of a cotton field after picking cotton all day. And we sound like some bewildered slaves. Are we the master race? Are we the strongest that has ever been created? Have we been through 400 years of trauma and yet we still standing? But yet we go find the weakest leadership to lead us. Well, Kelly, let me put your comment up, Kelly. They aren't of God. I choose love. No one should be killing anyone. Okay, well, you go over in the corner and do that. Because right now I got a man in Georgia that got the fuck beat out of him tonight, and ain't nobody was talking about God when they were beating him. I don't, you can't infiltrate me. I don't read the slave manual. And for those that need clarification of what is the slave manual, I don't read your Bible. It was only created as a means to control our minds. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? Yes, it is. But you know what you got to do. Right now, and I appreciate you saying that, Kelly Hayes. How can a man continue to have love in his heart for the very individuals that are continuing to kill us on a daily basis? How much longer should Black people keep love in their hearts when every time I look up, a white cop is murdering one of my people? See, this, you don't want to have this conversation, because when Black people say fuck the police, everybody get up in arms. Why? Why? Thank you, Jonathan. Why? Why don't you get up in arms for what they are doing? See, but you're reactionary. You're more concerned with what we say about the police than being concerned about what the police are doing. You know why the patty rollers were created. You know why police were created. For the very thing that they're doing right now. So go back and look at your history and understand why they were initially created. And let's see if we can go back 200-300 years, and if what they wanted done is being done now, then that's exactly why they were created. I'm trying to understand, because many days I stand between hoods and guns and law enforcement. So the question now becomes, what's going to make it stop? It doesn't seem like the government gives a damn. Doesn't seem like our reputation, who should hold the government accountable, gives a damn. So what should happen? We join as one to do what, Kelly? You say it stops when we all join as one. To do what? Let me explain to y'all where I'm at. Fuck love. It wasn't loving that man today. See, sweetheart, I don't know if you really get what I'm thinking right now. I don't know if you clearly understand where I'm at right now. First order of business, get the punks from out in front of the protests. If you're soft as a box of Buddha, you shouldn't be out front. If you want to sing in kumbaya, you shouldn't be out front. It's okay if you do it, just do it in the back of the line. Because y'all some back of the bus type motherfuckers anyway. You the motherfuckers would have been out there steady standing around protesting when a motherfucker throwed you off the bus back in the 60s. Now, if you want to do that, then go to the back of the line. You physically assault a man for a traffic violation, and he clearly was not driving the vehicle. He wasn't in the car. I mean, he was in the car, but he wasn't driving. And according to the law, he didn't have to identify himself because he hadn't committed a crime. So let me ask the white folks something. I got a bunch of white people watching me, and you family because you part of the war zone and everything. How would you feel if every morning you woke up, you had to deal with shit because you were white? How would you feel that every time you got stopped, you didn't know if you were going to get killed because you were white? How would you feel if your child went to a poor white school in your neighborhood and you paid your taxes and they didn't get a quality education because you were white? How many times would you feel slighted if you were white and they had to renew your right to vote every 25 years? You want to talk to me, then talk to me. How would you feel if in your history, us blacks just took your white women and raped them whenever we wanted to? How would you feel? And now, 400 years later, we still dealing with the same shit. How would you feel? How would you feel knowing that your child can't be a regular teenager and go out to the bowling alley because he might get beat the fuck up by the police? How would you feel? Conversation getting a little bit too tough for you. It's getting a little bit too tough for you, huh? Now you want to go to bed? No, don't go to bed just yet. How would you feel? How would you feel that every time you turned on the fucking news, a black cop was killing one of your white brothers and sisters? How would you feel? Now let's flip it back. We know how it feels. You can only imagine. You can only imagine. You know how many times I done stood between them guns and saving law enforcement? I want you to keep praying because prayer ain't working. Tell me I'm wrong. Show me where I'm wrong when y'all are saying prayer, prayer, prayer. Show me where I'm wrong where prayer is not working. I keep hearing it. I hear the old punk ass pastors talk about it when they trying to calm the community down. I hear the elected officials talking about prayer, but prayer ain't working. So what the fuck are you people gonna do? And I ain't talking about us. I'm talking about the people that's doing it and the people that can make it stop. What the fuck are you people gonna do? This is the prayer that I want you to pray. I want you to put it in your own words and I want you to think about what I'm saying. I pray that my people don't wake up on y'all dog asses. I pray that you ready for the chickens to come home to roost. I pray that you can deal with the karma that's finna knock on your front door. I pray because when that happens, and it ain't no if it happens, it's when it happens. Don't go running for cover. Don't start screaming like somebody done violated you. Don't start crying like you've been abandoned and you've been left. Because karma is coming. Oh well, we banned the chokeholds. Fuck that shit. Keep your motherfucking hands off us. Keep your motherfucking guns in your holster. If not, just go out there without one because you motherfuckers can't fight to save your life. I built this brand. And at this moment, I don't give a fuck about this brand. What I'm trying to do is I'm giving you the warning before it happens. I pray that you can stand on 10 toes when karma knocks on your fucking door. What we are seeing like happen today, it happens every single day. It's just not enough cameras. And the reason they can't stop is because they've been trained to do that. They've been allowed to do that. The rules have been laxed and they can do it and get away with it. Do you feel every white person is a problem? No, I don't. I just don't know which one of y'all are. So now I'm looking through a different lens where I got to look at all of y'all suspects. I don't know when you're going to flip. I don't know when you're going to turn. Trying to identify a racist white person is like trying to identify a crooked cop. We don't know. I'm advocating for crime? Bitch! You out of here too. Hold on a second, man. Y'all finna get the fuck off my page. That's what you finna do. Man, fuck all y'all. That's how I feel. I'm on some real shit tonight. Gotta be out your motherfucking mind, man. Let me tell you something. I'm advocating. I'm advocating. I'm advocating. Now, I ain't advocating for a motherfucking thing. Every time you put your motherfucking hands on one of us the wrong motherfucking way, you advocating to get your ass whooped. You advocating for it. So you say that's a fool's errand. Starting an uprising will end badly for your people. Fuck your people. That's where I'm at with it, homeboy. Fuck your people. It will end bad for your people? Man, fuck you and go burn cross, bitch. The best thing you could do is hide behind that fucking computer. Because you ain't got the nuts to openly say this to nobody that's black. You want me to feel a certain way, but every day I wake up, I gotta see this shit. Just like the rest of us have to see this shit. We have to see it every fucking day, bro. And you say, because we speak on it, we're advocating? No, bitch, you advocating. And you advocating in the best way that you know how, hiding behind a fucking computer. I'm just sick of the stupidity of some of you people because you say dumbass shit all day long. You really think this is a fucking game. And you know what's so crazy? You get on here, you make all your little fucked up comments, and if somebody get in your ass, you running straight to the police. We sick of it, dude. How many times you think you gonna do this? And watch this. I'm gonna show you. Before you turn every city in America in the South Central Los Angeles, 1992. I'm gonna say this slow for you. LA didn't pop because they beat Rodney King. It popped because they got tired. And now this is happening every day. You know, you can't walk out your house unless you put your fucking head on a swivel. So I really wanna, Brandon, I was just finna go there. I want you to understand something. Black people ain't advocating for a race war. Black people are not advocating for folks to kill cops. No, we ain't advocating for that. I think we've been very, very patient. We've gotten our ass whooped for 400 years. Be careful what you wish for. Because I want you to understand this here. You think because you got this and you got that, and you feel you got militias and you got guns. Have y'all ever thought that black people outnumber y'all? I need to throw some facts at you. Have you thought that black people outnumber y'all? Have you thought about the fact that we train religiously just like y'all? Have you figured out that at this point we have more guns than y'all? So if we have more guns, we have more ammunition. So good white people that don't want to see the race war that we're not creating, maybe it's time for you to talk to your people. Because I'm going to tell you something. When them youngsters get loose, it's going to take an act of God to get them off your ass. So in every city, even the ones that done popped, it ain't as been bad as it could have been. There's always a good one of us that's slowing them down. You ask this question, and I'm going to post it. You want a race war? Let me try this a different way. You want one? You know what I tell people about me all the time, and I talk a lot of shit. I don't know if you would try to hurt me. I don't know if you would try to kill me, but I definitely know what I would do to your motherfucking ass. So it ain't if we want a race war. The question is, do you want one? We're not advocating for it. When you turn on your fucking TV, that ain't your people getting killed. That ain't your people being beat up because they a passenger in a car. So the question is do you want one? And the only thing I can tell you is be careful what you wish for. So here's the thing. Now watch somebody get mad. Good white people, your history say that you were thieves by nature. Black people, your history say that you were warriors. Now let me ask you again. Do you want a war? Thieves versus warriors. Trying to see, trying to figure it out. We're warriors by nature. We got issues in our communities, but them are our issues. Y'all got issues in your community. Latinos got issues in their community. But you sure you want to go to war with some warriors? Let me see if I get this right. We got a handful of Negroes that we call professional Negroes. But you got a handful, far more than a handful of black people that ain't got no hope. They ain't got nothing to live for. You done took everything from them. And you want to go to war with that type of person with that type of mentality. See, you got a couple of your folk got you gassed up. So let me give you a quick history lesson. See, one night back in the olden days, it was this dude named Nat Turner. And him and a bunch of folk got loose one night. And before y'all could figure it out, it was a whole bunch of white folk dead. Let me explain this to you. You don't want to wake up the sleeping giant. You want us to keep being complacent. You want us to keep paying our taxes and you keep winning. You want us to keep doing what we were doing. You do not want to wake up that sleeping giant. So the first thing you throw out there is black on black crime. What are you going to do when the youngsters take the guns off each other and they turn them on you? I'm one of them dudes that's stopping them. My question is, if you eliminate all of that, some folk got some problems. We're peaceful by nature. You know, when we just wanted to vote, you beat the shit out of us. When we wanted to drink out of a water fountain, you beat the shit out of us. When we wanted to sit on the front of the bus, you beat the shit out of us. When we were walking across bridges, not bothering nobody, you would beat the shit out of us. In 2020, we sit in the back of Uber, ride shares, and you beat the shit out of us. And if you even commit the smallest infraction, if you slip up and make a mistake and you pass a fake $20 bill, you kill us. When you get the wrong information, you run up in our houses and you shoot us in the middle of the night. And you call it mistakes. And we just supposed to keep eating the mistakes, right? How many more you think they gonna eat? How many more times do you think we gonna look at these TVs before one of these youngsters' mentality flips? How many more times are you gonna justify it? See, I used to tell my nephew, you're gonna end up in a bad situation because you don't want to accept responsibility for your actions. That's what I used to tell him. America, you're going to end up in a bad situation because you will not accept responsibility for these cops' actions. You won't do anything about it. You keep making excuses. This is a hard conversation. But this is the conversation that we have to have. Captain Menifee say, let the youngsters loose. I've held them in certain places. I've held them. Would you forgive me if I just took my hands off of them? I'll never tell them to do you nothing. But would you forgive me if I took my hands off of them? A lot of white people fought for you along the way. When the fuck was this? Tree of Liberty, 75% fatherless. That's your biggest issue. So I guess you know your history also. So when we was picking cotton on the plantations, and you didn't like the black father What did you do to the black family? You separated them. In the 60s, you came out with welfare. We didn't create it. But the only way a poor family could survive is if the black mother put the black father out of the household. A fatherless child. Then you went and created CPS to continue to separate the black family. And then you went and created child support to make some people feel that the father doesn't need to be there. Just give me the income, but the state takes the majority of the fucking money that the father pays. And you want to tell me about fatherless black children? Let's not even talk about the prison system and this fucking clown that's running for office that locked up a bunch of black fathers. Do you want to talk to me? You ask me how many unarmed white men have been killed by cops, and you even know their name. At this moment in time, I don't give a fuck what their names are. I know ours because we getting it done every day. So the question is how many unarmed white men have been killed by the police an average of every 3 fucking days in America in the last 6 months? I don't give a fuck. Don't come to me with that white privilege shit right now, bruh. And see, this is what I'm trying to tell you, especially you, Tree of Liberty. If you can't see his comments, I can see them. I'm trying to tell you, you're not taking responsibility for what the fuck these people are doing. So when karma knocks on your front door, don't scream like the bitch I think you gonna scream like. You're not taking responsibility. See, because we got warriors, but then we got something else. They call gladiators. Jonathan said, I feel like no matter what, in your eyes, all white people are the same. So in that case, how are us white people supposed to help when we have just as big of a target on our back than the motherfuckers who did it? Stop hijacking our movement at the moment. Allow black people to stand up for themselves. Stop watering down what the fuck we need to do. And when we out there handling our business, grab your young white skateboarding kids and tell them sit their asses down somewhere. Go grab them Antifa motherfuckers and tell them we ain't into burning up these buildings. We trying to get justice right now. So if we need to address our people, we go address them. Now go address your people. We can handle our end of the bargain. You know how many videos I've seen of black people stopping white people from burning fucking buildings? Man, go check your peoples, man. You know how you do it? Go talk to your high-powered legislators, congressmen, senators that seem to control every fucking thing right now and tell them change some of these unjust fucking laws. That's how you can help us. Because you are really helping yourself. Because the chickens are about to come home to roost. And when they come home to roost, you ain't gonna be able to handle it. Don't say I didn't warn you. Y'all know who to fuck with. See, what you do is you play them little pussy ass games. But you know what I noticed? Y'all know who to fuck with. A lot of people run their mouth about the minister. They run their mouth about the minister. But you ain't fucking with the Muslim brothers, is you? You know who to fuck with. A lot of people run their mouth about this and that. Yvette. Some boy, she said it. Tree of Liberty, you don't want the cage to open up. Say, man, you don't want the cage to open up. Y'all keep saying a change gonna come, but a change ain't gonna come with us marching and singing. A change ain't gonna come with us constantly protesting the same old bullshit. A change ain't gonna come that way. It ain't came in 60 years. Just because you gave us the right to go in a voting booth and to piss in our own toilets and to drink out the same water fountains, you ain't did shit for us. We still fighting the same fucking battles. But y'all know who to fuck with. Let me ask you a question. If you go back in history, they've killed all the high-powered Negro leaders. Why ain't nobody never try to fuck with the minister? You know why? Because you know they'll tear this motherfucker up. You know who to fuck with. You know who to fuck with. So I'm going to tell you something. Segregation, because that's the way, you know, all this diversity and all that, I'm starting not to believe it. Segregation is probably the best thing that we could possibly ever have at this point, because a lot of white people don't want us to live with them. A lot of white people, now you want us to work for you, but you don't want us to live with you. You don't want us to live next to you. You know, put the fucking railroad track in the middle of the fucking ground, in the middle of the city. Y'all on one side, us on the other. Let's just be real about it. We've been as complacent as we can be. We've been just as accommodating as we can be. Segregation is probably the best thing for us right now. Give us our own fucking schools. Give us all our shit. Y'all go do your fucking thing. Because long as we've been fucking with y'all, we've been getting murdered, beat up, raped, every goddamn thing. And now you're stealing our kids through sex trafficking. Every time we get 2 feet ahead, a motherfucker come with some new shit. You done brought the sex trafficking into the game now. That's another way to steal our kids. See, you don't want to educate them. In every fucking city I go to, black education is totally different than white education. You don't want to educate us. So fuck you. Give us our own schools. That way we can keep our black teachers in our school. We can deal with our own motherfucking kids on our side of town. Because this diversity bullshit ain't fucking working. Now, you can't be mad because I'm only speaking the truth. You can't give me no facts that say it is working. Give us our own separate government. Matter of fact, I already know you ain't gonna do that because you never gave us our 40 acres and a fucking mule. But if you did, we'd be fine. You would be the motherfucker that would fall and crumble. Give us our own shit, man. Give us our own shit, man. This diversity bullshit done fucked us up. Us feeling like we needed to be a part of your fucking world has fucked our people up for the next 100 years. These people don't want us here. You don't like us. Tell the truth. Because if you did like us, that nigger word wouldn't be so easy for some of y'all to say. Look, man, let them keep their white cops on the white side of town. That does not mean that I'm prejudiced in any manner. All I see is white cops killing black people. So let the white cops work the white neighborhoods where they not afraid and they ain't trigger happy, and let the black cops come over here and work with us. Say, man, we need total separation because it ain't no way in hell that we can stay here and work with y'all. And you keep doing the shit that you doing to us before it implodes. You can't keep thinking you can use us for our labor, which you've been using us for our labor for over 400 years to build this fucking motherfucker. And think that we gonna keep believing that a change gonna come. You say a change gonna come? Well, motherfucker, we about to pull a kick dope. And we gonna take the change that you've been owing us. Either get your shit together or them young gladiators gonna tear y'all asses up. Because the ones of us that's keeping them off your ass can't keep watching the news and seeing the shit that we seeing. I pray that that brother does not have brain damage in Georgia. But the wrath of God for you Christians that like to play Christian. I know it. Let me read. Let me show you something. You are, though you are prejudiced, and I can understand why, but you do not know what you say. I'm prejudiced because I'm calling out prejudice. That's what makes me prejudiced. Huh? The man that defends white kids just as hard as he defends black ones. The man that defends transgender kids just as hard as he defends black ones or white ones. The man that goes to war for Latino babies, just like he go to war for everybody. But I'm prejudiced because I call out racism. If you didn't need our labor, then what the fuck you made us work in them fields for? And pick your cotton and build all your shit. If you don't need our labor, that means you don't need our money. And if my people was smart, they'd stop spending their fucking money with you. And then your whole economy would be fucked up. And then you know what you do? You'd be crawling back. Don't act like you that fucking strong, dog. But be careful what you wish for. Because black people listening. They listening and they listening attentively. And you only got so many times that you can shit in our face. We don't need anything from you. I want you to remember that you stole this country. Your history that you taught me that you stole this country. So everything that we've ever had, we either had to fight for it or we had to die for it. Don't never think that Black people need you to survive. You've needed us, the Mexicans, and the Indians. You stole everything in your fucking history. Now, as soon as I can get over to my other page, make your comments because today will be your last day making them. I'm not prejudiced, but I tell you what you are, and I'm not. You're stupid because you think that this shit gonna keep going on. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. I'm not gonna hold y'all, but I'm not gonna hold them gladiators either. And when they start tearing your ass up, it won't matter if you call the cops. Because when them young gladiators get loose, the police ain't gonna show up anyway. So go hide your ass out in the country with your tractor. Yeah, if we kept our money, we'd shut this motherfucker down. You can't hold a conversation with me. Tree of Liberty. Tree of Liberty. Watch this. You so strong as a white man or a white woman. Would you like to sit on this show with me? Sit your coward ass down somewhere. By the way, you really think I don't have an IT man? You a coward just like your motherfucking people is. And I said that. Say, man, it's the Hood CNN. With your favorite Hood reporter, the Prime Minister of Hood Education, Dr. Monroe. Because I got a PhD in common sense. And I'm a 5-star general. You know, I got my undergrad right there at the world famous Hustlers University on the corner of Calumet and Live Oak. Tree of Liberty say, I think it's about to pop. And you're going to do just what you do when you go in the prison system. You're going to go sit your coward ass in a corner and you ain't going to open your motherfucking mouth.